Are you sure you want to move to Madrid, Spain? Okay, I won't stop you from doing it. Madrid is awesome. But before you move here, I want to show you some cultural shocks that most expats experience when they come here. Do you want to know them? Well, stay tuned. What's up everybody, this is Pablo Jurado from the Keller Williams Realty Group in the northwest of Madrid. I've been living here in Madrid for over 30 years and I live and love this city every single day. If it's your first time to this channel, hit that subscribe button to know all about living, eating, drinking and having fun in this beautiful city. And if you're thinking of moving to the Madrid Metro, please give us a call, send us an email or fill out the form in our website, livinginmadridspain.com. You have the information in the description down below. We really love to help people relocate or invest in the Madrid area. And we can make that transition so much easier for you. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little different because I want to talk to you about some of the things that expats usually get shocked about when they move to Madrid. They are not necessarily bad things, it's just very different from what you might be used to. And you might want to know them so that at least you know what can expect. Now, some of these things are exclusive for Madrid, but most aren't. You'll see them all around Spain and even in other Mediterranean countries. But please be aware that this is only generalizations, okay? And that it's not all Spaniards like this. In fact, I personally hate some of these aspects that I'm going to speak about. So let's start with the noise. Is Madrid a noisy city? Well, not that much if you're used to heavy metal concerts every single day. No, seriously, when I first visited Rome, people kept telling me, "Whoa, you're just going to freak out about the noise there, man." And then I went there and it was like, well, I'm at home. But it's not only that we like to blow too much, and yes, there are fire and police sirens everywhere, like in any other city, but also people are loud. Well, you might think, oh, Americans are loud too. Well, if you think that, maybe you haven't been here in Spain ever. It's probably part of our Mediterranean culture, but we talk very loud. You will see it everywhere, in a bar trying to order something to the waiter, in crossed conversations when you just can't hear the other person and you just loud up your voice so that others can hear you, or maybe just in a bus where you might have this elder couple behind you and you're unintentionally and unrequestedly informed about their last prostate exam. Now, of course, there are some areas in Madrid that are quieter than others. So for example, if you live in some of the nice suburbs that we recommend in our videos, you will find that decibels are lower than in downtown. But still, you will never get totally rid of this, as it's simply part of our culture. Okay, let's go to a spooky one. We eat late and we sleep too little. In Spain, breakfast is served early, at the same time as other countries really. But to the despair of hungry tourists, lunch is not usually served until 2 p.m. and dinner usually takes place after 9 p.m. In the rest of the world, people usually take their lunch around 12:30, 1 p.m. and it's rare to dine after 8 p.m. Regardless of culture or climate, everyone, from our Portuguese neighbors to far away in New Zealand, people seem to have different rhythm than in Spain. But all this would remain a mere anecdote if it wasn't because it has been related to problems in the use of time. Spanish rhythms make it very difficult to reconcile work and personal life. While abroad 4 to 5 minutes are enough for them to eat, Spaniards split the working day and dedicate up to 2 hours to a hearty meal. This leads to the fact that although the time of entry into the office is similar to other countries, people leave later, and therefore time dedicated to family, leisure and housework is reduced or taken from sleeping hours. And not only that, but it has also led to a very weird behavior at work, especially in office work, and it's the culture of presentismo, which we could translate it as the culture of being there, which is the stupid belief that the more hours you spend at the office, the better you'll be seen by your boss, no matter the efficiency of your work. You do that in Germany, and you're fired. No, probably the next day. If you spend too many hours, it means that you're not efficient for the company. So you say, "Get the fuck out of here!" But not in Spain. It's very weird. Anyway, let's move to another one. Time flexibility. Isn't time flexibility a beautiful euphemism for being always freaking late? Seriously, let's say you want to hang out with some friends and you've met at 8 p.m., right? Well, if you're there at 7:55, you're an absolute newbie in Spain, as most probably you will be waiting something between 20 minutes, maybe 10 to 20 minutes before everyone arrives. This is one of the most annoying things for me as a Spaniard, as I always tend to be punctual. But after all my life here, I'm just starting to get used to it. Not much more to say about this, just be patient or you will get stressed too soon. Now, as you may know by now, Spaniards are very warm people. Madrid is known for being a very welcoming city, where everyone will feel to fit very well. And one of the reasons for that is that we have so much energy to share with other people, and that also applies to caring about others. But for some people, that's a little too intense or intimidating. Some people, especially in the Anglo world, just need more personal space. We tend to be too close both physically and emotionally to others. You will probably experience people grabbing you by the arm just to explain you where to go if you're lost. They don't want to harm you, promise. They're just standard Spanish people. And for example, when someone introduces you to someone else, it's very common to kiss in both cheeks while you say encantado or encantada, which is the short way for encantado de conocerte, pleased to meet you. Maybe it's not so common to kiss each other between two men, but for a man and a woman or two women, you will experience it for sure, and maybe you even are expected to do it. The thing is that we communicate to others not only with words, but with our bodies too. We might be meeting some new friends and they might be having a very normal conversation with you, and at the same time they might be touching you in a leg or an arm. Please don't misunderstand that signals. It doesn't mean that they're flirting with you or anything, it's just Spanish communication style. In a similar way, we tend to hold our gaze with each other, even if it's a complete unknown person you cross with walking down the street. This is a natural way of communicating with others here, but in Anglo world, people tend to quickly look away if your eyes connect with others for too long, because it's too personal, too intimate, but not here. So my advice to this is, if you can handle it, open your mind to letting people touch you. It brings closeness and comfort. And if you just can't cope with it, just say it. It's no problem and the other person will not get offended at all, and that will be respected. On the other hand though, and this might seem a bit contradictory, we love our privacy. That's why when it comes to finding homes here in Madrid, you might be looking for a nice independent house in a suburb, right? Well, if that's the case, be prepared to find big walls and fences all around the houses. So yes, we're a very open society and we love to hang out and touch each other, but we also love our privacy. Even in detached houses where the backyard is small, you will probably see dividing walls that are more than 2 meters high, and that might be shocking for many people. At least in the US and Germany, I've seen many suburbs where you just walk down the streets and see all these big houses with no fence at all, or maybe just a small fence to delimit the plot. Well, that's not the case in Spain. That's not very common here. I must make a correction here. It's not very common in Madrid, but in some parts of Spain it is actually very common. Okay, and let's go now with a piggy one. Don't forget your Kleenex. Spain is a clean country in general. I mean, we might have dirtier streets than some countries like England or Germany, but in general you will find that Madrid is quite a clean city. People tend to clean their homes a lot, and shops and restaurants tend to be also very clean. The exception to this is the lack of toilet paper in public restrooms. I don't know why this is, but it's extremely common to go to a public toilet in a restaurant or a bar and not find any toilet paper. So just don't forget to wear your Kleenex when you go out. Okay, this is a funny one. So here in Spain, unless you're in a very specialized place like crafted beers bar or winery or that sort of place, we do not usually fancy too much about the drink we're going to take. we like things simple, because it's more important the people we're with and the conversation we're having. What I mean by this is that if you go, let's say, to a tapas bar with some friends, you don't usually ask for a specific wine brand that you love. You just ask for a red wine or a white wine, and you get what you get. Same with beer, you just ask for a beer. The only question you might get asked is what size of beer you want, maybe a caña or a jarra or a tercio. It also applies to coffee. If you're used to those fancy cappuccinos with cinnamon and some cute shapes on the cream, just forget it. Here we order a café solo, a café cortado, or a café con leche. The only new things that are now starting to be available in many cafes, although not all of them, so you better ask for it before if you want it, are plant-based milks to put on your coffee. But that's about it. Now, the exception to this rule, of course, is if you go to a nice restaurant. In this kind of situation, it is normal to find wines and beers menu too, from which you can choose the ones you prefer. Even still, their coffee is just coffee, okay? If you want fancy coffees, you just go to Starbucks or something. Okay, this one is not so funny, and I'm talking about bureaucracy here in Spain. I guess all countries have their rules and their bureaucracy, and it's important to get things done in a proper way, right?
Congratulations indeed, but you finished with 2 seconds to spare, so I'm demoting you. A good bureaucrat never finishes early.
And I also suppose that you hate papers and forms as much as I do, but you just get on with it the best way you can. If not, if you actually love papers and official forms like Sheldon Cooper, please leave me a comment down below and tell me why is that. I really want to know.
Roommates agree that Friday nights shall be reserved for watching Joss Whedon's brilliant new series, Firefly.
Does that really need to be in the agreement?
We might as well settle it now. It's going to be on for years.
But the thing is that bureaucracy in Spain simply sucks. It is horrible, believe me. I've been all my life here and I still don't get used to it. First of all, for many procedures, you have to take an appointment with at least 1 or 2 weeks in advance, sometimes even a month. Secondly, it doesn't matter how well prepared you are, it doesn't matter what kind of procedure you're trying to accomplish, you will always be sent to another office for another paper that you need, or you will need an extra copy of some document. It's simply a pain in the ass. And that's one of the reasons many people choose to work with us when moving to the Madrid metro. We take care of you from the first meeting to the very moment in which you receive your keys and you enter your home with everything done. Papers, the moving company, the internet provider, literally anything you need. In fact, that leads me to another pain in the ass in which we also help when moving here. Customer service in Spain, it's like it's bureaucracy, a damn piece of I'm talking about registering with the electricity company or the gas company or the internet and mobile providers. No matter if you register online through their websites, they will still call you and take you through an endless questionnaire to confirm all your personal information, and then you will still have to wait some days to have them operating. And that's the best thing we can say about them, because you're registering, they want your money. If you want to leave that company, the protocol is much worse. Seriously, I have a headache each time I want to move from one company to another. I didn't want to finish with such a boring things like papers and customer service, so I will finish with another funny thing that might shock you when you come here to Spain and start speaking to locals here. We don't pronounce English words with any kind of English pronunciation. We transform most English words to a Spanish version of it. For example, we don't say donut, we say donut. We don't say Wi-Fi, we say Wi-Fi. We say Twitter instead of Twitter. We don't say celebrity, we use celebrity. Or even with those celebrities' names, we also change them. For example, Tom Cruise, here we call him Tom Cruise. Or we say Jim Carrey instead of Jim Carrey. And we do that with all languages. For example, with French words, we don't say croissant or croissant, we say croissant. Or instead of Le Roi Merlin, we say Leroy Merlin. We just pronounce it as we read it. Okay, and that's it. If you have already been in Spain earlier and you have experienced some of this, or you think I left some of them, please tell us in a comment down below. I really want to know what shocked you when you came here for the first time. And if you have never been here and you're thinking of relocating to Madrid, Tell us if you have enjoyed and learned with this video. Madrid is a great place to live, and like I said, we are the best real estate relocation experts here, and we can help you with so many things in so many ways you just can't imagine. The only thing you have to do is to reach us any way you want, anytime you want. We'd love to help you find your ideal place to live. Give us a call, send us an email, or fill out the form in our website, livinginmadridspain.com. You got all the information in the description down below. However you do it, we got you covered when moving to the Madrid Metro. Also check out our other videos and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the ring bell to receive notifications about all our upcoming content. In the next video, I will be talking about the best suburbs in Madrid, so don't miss it. Until the next video, catch you later!